Oh my gosh, guys, something awesome just happened. Something so crazy, my mind can't even handle how awesome it is. It turns out that Cassian Andor is getting his own TV show. Oh wait, that's right. No one cares! Yep, that's right. In classic Disney owning Star Wars news, we get something that could be cool, but unfortunately it's not very cool at all. Why is this a thing? Why do we have to keep worrying about what Disney is producing for Star Wars? Why can't they just produce things that people want to see? I don't understand the whole idea behind this. There are tons of other characters you can make besides Cassian. I mean, Cassian is one of the best characters in Rogue One, don't get me wrong, but I never said, you know what, that Cassian guy, he needs a movie. I need to see more about him now. Honestly, his character has served its purpose. We've seen what he is, we've seen what he became, and his character is done now. Another thing is, if this takes place before Rogue One, which I'm going to guess it does because, you know, spoiler alert, Cassian Andor dies in the end of Rogue One, or maybe he gets teleported away, who knows? You know, maybe him and Jin are still alive somewhere. Who knows? But I'm going to guess they're not. And this is going to take place before Rogue One. Now the problem with this is that now, no matter what we see from Cassian, we're always going to know his fate. We're going to know what type of person he was and what type of person he becomes. So there's not much more development for this character to be besides just kind of being like a gray rebel. You know, personally, if I have to choose, I kind of wish Star Wars would just kind of get away from this era. I think it's time to let the original trilogy sit. You know, let it go. Let it kind of do its own thing. Let that era do its own thing, okay? Maybe come back in the future. Disney, start up your own era. Go to another spot where you're not touching everything else and either ruining or on occasions improving things. Just go and do your own thing. Go to the Old Republic, make your entire new era, leave this alone. And I just can't believe that out of all the characters they could choose to make like a series on, they're choosing Cassian. I don't get that. Now, this is going to be on the Disney Plus, which is going to be like Disney Netflix, you know, it's going to be their streaming service, which I'll admit I'm actually excited to see Disney Plus. The Mandalorian looks pretty interesting. Cassian isn't that great of a character. Now, of course, here's the thing. I don't know anything about what's going to happen with this show. This show might completely blow me away. This show might be the next Game of Thrones or the next Walking Dead pre-season 5. You know what I mean? Like, it could be a really good show. If you come over to me and you say, hey, there's going to be a new show about a Jedi or something, you know, a Jedi during this time period, that's cool. If we get to see Cassian interact with maybe some Jedi, or at least one Jedi who is left over from Order 66, perhaps Cassian at some point could actually come across maybe Kanan. You know, and we could see Kanan in live action and see his lightsaber abilities before he meets Ezra and the rest of the crew. I think that would be pretty cool to see. Now, that might be pushing a little bit, but I'd be okay with that type of content. Something where we can see more Jedi. I feel like the Jedi and the Sith, they're not particularly getting much love from Disney. And I don't understand that, because you'd think that the biggest selling points about Star Wars is the fact that there are lightsabers in the Force. And I feel like these new things from Disney, they're not really kind of pushing that out there. You know, we had the Han Solo film, which I think was actually underrated, and was actually a pretty fun watch. Rogue One, which wasn't the best film, but it's not bad. And I think that these films are completely devoid of the Force, right? They're completely devoid of this magic that this universe has that Disney could profit off of if they wanted to, but they decide not to? I don't really understand what Disney is thinking, what the powers at be are thinking. I'm guessing this is probably maybe another call from Kathleen Kennedy, but I actually don't know if she has any real call in that. It comes down to it, I'm a massive fan of seeing like The Mandalorian. I think that's interesting. I don't know it's going to be Boba Fett. I heard it's probably going to follow him because he's a Mandalorian. He's the most famous of the Mandalorians besides his father, Jango. But I think that if they're going to follow any character, and if we've seen from Disney, they can't get away from the original trilogy. They always have to kind of like stick around in that area. They're too afraid to go anywhere else, I guess. I'm going to guess it's probably a story about Boba, but if it's not Boba, it's going to be someone that Boba knows, or Boba eventually meets. We're going to see that for sure. But whatever the case, they also mentioned on this article that there's actually going to be the Winter Soldier and Falcon team-up series, which I think is interesting. I don't know what that's going to be about, or how good it's going to be, but I do like that idea. I like the idea of Winter Soldier and Falcon kind of having their own show. Now, how good is it going to be? We don't know. But it would be cool to actually see true characters on a TV show with a massive budget like a movie. So instead of using this massive budget for a movie, you can use that massive budget and split it up like into 10 different episodes and make a solid 10 episode show, you know, for the same price as one movie. And I think that would be cool to see. Now, like it says, Cassian Andor, he's getting his own TV show, and it's going to be on Disney Plus. You guys have heard my main thoughts of what I think about this. Personally, I want to see someone else get some recognition here. I want to see, you know, maybe give us a 6-episode Obi-Wan miniseries about him on Tatooine and his adventures, you know, something like that. Perhaps maybe give us some in between time between episode 6 and 7 that isn't like Resistance, that new show, Star Wars Resistance. I can't watch that show because of that animation, I think. You know, I hear the show is bad, yes, but I might consider watching the show if it had like the traditional Rebels, Clone Wars animation, but it has this really weird animation. I'm not a fan of it. I've tried to kind of look at it, and my eyes just don't like that art. So that's kind of one of the big reasons why I don't watch that show, besides the fact that I heard it's bad too. But I don't know. I guess it depends on what the fans want. Do you guys, as fans, because I know you guys watching are all clearly Star Wars fans, if not, you're watching just because you're a fan of me, which thank you, you rock. But what it comes down to is, my question is this exciting? Do you guys want to see this? Is having Cassian having his own TV show pumping you guys up, or is this kind of another one of the nails in the Disney's coffin, you know, when it comes to Star Wars? Because that coffin is really getting filled with nails, you know what I mean? So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please remember to like, subscribe, and turn notifications for more videos. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.